Hi, I'm Menza. I post a game every day until I reach 500 elo. I am currently rated 429. Okay, so we will try to get into then the reverse London because they are playing that and okay, so here comes the queen or the bishop, I mean. What am I saying queen for? Okay, so now we will do this. And obviously, I should have seen that they're going to do that, yes. So I should have actually noticed that my bishop was attacked and I did not. So we are a little bit disrupted and I should be used to players doing attacks on the first and second move of every game. So you'd think I'd be used to it by now. And knight should be coming up here then, and then up here, and the queen will get out of the way, and I will get my rooks on this file here, seeing as how it's open now. And here comes their queen. So let's get into our castle. And we will try now. Okay, so they have taken that pawn here. And they're also looking there. Right now, they only have that looking. And now they have another piece there looking at it, and my knight is protecting it. So now it also is if they go there with their queen and my knight's not protecting, then it is checkmate. So do I push this pawn up here and attack the queen? And they have to decide. Well, obviously they can't do the move with the queen. And I think I like that. Knight is okay. This knight protects that spot. So here is protected by the king, and I can maybe start getting developed without having an attack made on something. So if my okay, so my knight is under attack. It is protected by this bishop. The bishop is under attack. If one of these pieces could actually attack the queen, this knight could come out here and be attacking the queen, and obviously protecting that a second time. So now the queen is again under attack, and a lot of my pieces are seeming to be safe at the moment. And there is all these pieces undeveloped, and the queen is out running amok. So we'll see how much of a muck she can rock. Okay, so that knight here, okay, is looking here still. If I bring that bishop there, it's not protected, so that's no good. The queen would just snap it off. And let's see, the queen can't go here. The rook has to start getting over. This knight is protecting anything from that. That is still where the queen is looking there, which I don't like because that knight. So if I think about bringing my knight there, I just have to see what kind of, where is the queen? Stop doing that. Okay, she can't go to a lot of places, though. I don't like putting it on the rim, but if it's going to attack the queen, we have to get the queen out of there. And is very protected by this pawn. And now my bishop is looking at that knight. And if I take that knight right now with my bishop, my queen is looking there protecting, and my bishop will be attacking the queen. So I will just continue trying to attack the queen as long as my pieces that I'm moving are all protected, and they are. So I've actually won a piece there. Now they're going there, so the knight here, if it comes here, it's attacking the queen and protecting this knight. Now this knight could also come back because I really do feel like I want to continue to attack the queen. And this is protected, that's protected. Oh, if I do that, it is taking the defense off the knight. Okay, so we don't want to do that. And if the queen or something else comes up, like I could bring my rook. No, I can't. The rook can't come up there. So I could start considering to get my rooks totally developed as long as everything is safe here. And it seems like things are. The queen is protecting that knight at the moment, so I have to watch that. If I put my queen here, no, you can't do that because of that bishop. Okay, so, and doubling the rooks would mean putting it here because you can't block that, so that it does not work. So, I guess the bishop just either has to be put somewhere safe, like here, looking all the way up there, and perhaps that's the way to do it. I don't think anything's going to get into my camp that way, because now my queen, if my queen comes right there, I think that's a little bit dangerous for the opponent, and I've got like the bishop and the queen if I do that, so nothing else besides the queen is on that. Okay. And since I'm up +2, we are going to do this. I don't usually like my queen out too early. she's protected, and this is quite a dangerous setup. That night I can't now, well, I wouldn't be throwing my rook up that far anyway. Okay, so if I take that, then that means the pawn is removed. Queens are off, though I don't like it when the pawn is moved and then they don't have a way to do that with the rook right now anyway. So let me just see if there's anything else that might be good. I need to get other pieces developed. We take queens off, then it does do a lot. And my knight can come back here. And that is, or it could come even to here. So do I want it, just put it back for a sec. Do I want it to be here? And then there's no way in. I kind of like that actually. So they still have their bishop, and it's actually looking kind of a little bit trapped. So now we want to get our rooks mobilized here, so I will start doubling them. And we're going to get, okay, so I see. So if I take that, I just lose my bishop, eh? They've won the piece back. Okay. And is there another thing I can do? If I just allow them to take it, that's absolutely stupid. And okay. Now can my rooks cause some problems? So the material is equal. They've gained the material back. And they're bringing their bishop out. And my knight can come up here, or if my knight goes there, or my other knight here could do something, because if he goes someplace, I put, no, I don't know if I should just get this out here. And obviously it could be attacked. And it is also looking at that. If they push that pawn to attack it, then they lose this pawn. So that is where that is. Their other rook is sitting there in his opening square still. So this pawn here, if things could be played out good. Okay, so they're gonna get that over. So if that knight, no. I can't really bring my bricks up. If I bring this knight into it and go here, I have that defended and that. Okay, so if it goes back here, is there somewhere after that that it could go? It could go right there and attack again. So I think we'll bring this knight over here. And we can consider getting it on that square, and then once that it is obviously going to be probably wanting to be pushed. So my king, if he gets up a little, he can attack that knight. And obviously, if they push that pawn, then I start taking that. So okay, so if I bring my king up here, they obviously can't take anything, and then I go here, and they think, well, I'll push the pawn, then the knight takes this and is attacking that. So I'm gonna start getting my king up. And he's gonna look at that knight, and obviously that pawn move they are gonna think is gonna be a good one, but my knight is ready to take that. Okay, so we're gonna do that. So they're gonna do that. They are looking at that. So my knight is now gonna take this, attacking the rook. And I obviously can't just take that right now. But if I can win a rook, okay, I can't because they're moving it. And if I go here, I'm attacking both of the rooks. And that can't be taken. So that seems pretty good there. Okay, so they put me in check, so that means I will have to just take it back. And then, oh, so then they don't lose. Well, actually, my knight isn't under attack, so I can just go take that. And now, okay, so they're looking there. And I, oh, is it because I'm in check? Yes. Okay. If my knight takes that, that doesn't do anything, so my king will have to move. So I will put it up here because then pawns can start being advanced. And I'm still looking at that rook, but they've managed to get out of losing anything. And it's just how it goes, right? So I take this pawn, and my knight is then attacking that bishop. And also, obviously, this pawn. So if I take that, the rook is defending it, but I gotta watch, I've got one rook, so I can't just lose track of the fact that that rook needs to be kept under wraps, and that pawn is really protecting as well. So this bishop is protected by that rook there. But if I take and then he takes, then I just take his rook. Okay, so he will probably want to move his bishop. So I am up +2 still, so I managed to make it so things are back to where I thought they were. And so obviously if I take that, then I just take. And is there another move that I can do that really could be causing some issues. Now, if I push that pawn, I just lose it. So my knight. If I get now my rooks doubled on this file, then I have a lot of pieces on that, so I could start doing that kind of an exchange. And they have a bishop and a rook, and if he's going to have to move his other rook over, and that is moved up. Okay, so if we put our knight here, let's see, my knight is pretty tricky. If I go there, he's not protected, but he's not in danger at the moment either. And if I start bringing that pawn up, well, the first thing you have to worry about is your rook knight being moved. So we will go here, it's not attacked, and at least I don't have only seconds left to make my moves, which seems to be always where I'm sitting. So I can protect that with the king. And I have to watch because the king can't go there, and if the rook does something. And is there something else? Like if I put my knight here, it's attacking the bishop. So I want to remove as many pieces as possible. And they put me in check, so I would have to go. They're gonna, no, they can't win that pawn because of my rock. Okay, so well, we can't go there because of the bishop. So, well, does that mean I have to put a piece in front? So I have to put my knight there because there's no other squares right now for my king. Okay. I still have a lot of pressure on that square. I just have to now. Okay, so they have found a checkmate. So I just maybe that wasn't a very good ending for my pieces, and I tried though. Thanks for watching. Bye.